Third quarter about to start. Bulldogs leading by 12 points at the long break. Beautiful bounce by the central umpire. Charles gets it down to McGuinness. McGuinness's kick up towards full forward. The Bulldogs into attack immediately. Hawkins is in the forward line, swings around onto the right foot. First blood in the second half to the Bulldogs. Hawkins kicks his first goal, and Footscray kicked their 8th, and they lead by 18 points.
Well, you can see he's definitely pent up, Doug Hawkins. He realises the situation he's in, and there he is psyching himself up after that goal. It was a good effort. Showed a little bit of dash there, a little bit of skill to get away, and then a good kick for goal. And that's exactly the way Footscray wanted to start.
Well, maybe the Bulldogs had the pressure on them last week at their home ground with all the supporters who helped save them over the summer. Maybe not so much pressure on them away from home. And they lead by 3 goals. Liberatore goes the short pass. This is good. Grant's got it right in front. What a start for the second half by the Bulldogs.
They look pretty confident too, don't they, with the early part? Certainly break the competition wide open with the results over the last 24 hours.
Chris Grant has kicked 2 goals, 1. He took 9 marks at full forward last week, and Footscray were thrashed. So he gets on a winning team. He could get right in the action like most of the full forwards in the competition. There's number 3.
So 3 bounces in the third quarter in the centre, and Footscray have got it out 3 times, and another goal, this time through McGuinness, and the Bulldogs go marching on. What a great 3 minutes at the start of the second half of Footscray, and look at their fans. They're ecstatic. Bulldogs lead by 5 goals.
And that's McGuinness's 3rd goal. This game very reminiscent of the game yesterday between Collingwood and Carlton. On paper, Sydney Swans and Carlton have got the players, ability-wise, but then again, they're not matching Collingwood or Footscray's desperation, and Footscray could go on with this.
Tony McGuinness, goal kicker for Footscray. 10-6 plays 4-12. Parsons doing the ruck work. Wallace has got it out twice. McGuinness has got it out twice. This time Wallace's kick up towards the full forward area. Liberatore over the top of West. Umpire calls for a bounce. Only 30 metres from the Footscray goal, and back into attack pretty smartly again.
That's what Terry Wallace has got to do. Win kicks and make Williams start and chase him.
Well, he's done pretty well so far in this early part of the third term. Tunbridge tries to get the ball out. Higgins off the ground, back in towards the centre. It's chopped off by Hogg. Hand pass gives Eccleston the opportunity to get it away to Wigney. Wigney's kick to within goal scoring distance for the Bulldogs. The ball at the back. Grant just can't quite grasp it.
Oh.
Right, punches it through from behind. Don, you were getting a bit excited.
I thought the ball would stop and Grant would get onto it, but it just got to the goal line.
So Footscray have done all the scoring so far in the third quarter. They lead 10-7 to 4-12.
Well, 31 points mightn't sound a lot in modern football, but when the Swans have kicked only 36 for the match, it looks like a mountain at the moment. Rod Carter a long way out from full back. Back to Bolton. Over centre wing. Bayes has been pretty quiet. Off hands it goes to Hogg. Foster at centre half forward. West has gone with him. Hawkins, clever. Sandwiched out of it, Doug Hawkins. And that will be another ball up. No, free kick to Steve Wallace. No, Swans free kick.
Thrip.
Trip to Thrip. Good kick of the football, Terry Thrip. Up to half forward. Bayes clouded over the head.
A good decision by the umpire. And this is what Sydney did last week. They moved Bayes to centre half forward. And he came into the game, and they're hoping for the same thing this week.
That free by Stanfield might nearly cost them a goal, because Bayes from 60 metres mightn't be too far out. That's not his best kick. Fell high. Couldn't take the mark. Kennedy caught. Still a chance for the Swans. Ball up in the goal square.
They've got to get little fellows down there now, Drew, because of the fact that they've got Parsons and Tunbridge resting beside Fell at the full forward position. And the ball's going to come to ground if those big guys don't hold it.
A lot of players around this. Tough for the Swans to get a kick at it. Oh, Fell. That ball was put down in the goal square by Kelly. Socket out of defence by Footscray. Eccleston keeps it out in front of you. Oh, Greg Williams, great play. In between ball and opponent to win the free.
Williams too deep to score. Goes towards centre half forward. Bays, good position. Can't quite mark. Ball at the back, Bolton. Gets through some heavy traffic. High kick by Bolton is wide. Out of bounds on the full. And the Swans. Gee, it's a struggle.
You're always a chance here, aren't you, Ian? Because you're not too far from either end of the the goals, and consequently a long kick or a couple of long kicks can put you right back in this game.
Certainly Barry Mitchell and Steve Wright combined. Bays. Shot for goal by Bays. Oh, it's close. Just misses. Bays registers his first score of the match. It's a behind, and the Swans still trailing badly.
Well, the Swans came back last week from about 50 points down to get up and win. And the deficit is nearly as much now. Williams. Away to Terry Wallace. Now to Atkins. Good penetrating kick. Hawkins stays at the back. All open for Dougie Hawkins. His second goal for the term. Oh, he missed it.
Could have bounced and run right in.
He could have, he could have, he could have.
Hey, Dougie. Disappointing result there. Terry Thripp kicks the ball back into play to the members' side. It's 2-on-1 in favour of Footscray. Carter.
Used his body well then, Rod. That's experience.
Carter gets the free kick at half-back. He immediately gives the hand pass off to Bolton. Bolton's kick to centre half forward. High fly from behind Wigney. Hand pass over the top. Mitchell goes to Bays. This could be a goal. Oh, he pulls it, it's through from behind of the Swans, and a couple of shocking misses to either side.
Well, I've given Wigney a rap, but on that occasion he should have punched the ball forward instead of trying to mark from behind.
Rick Kennedy kicks in. Spiral torpedo, 65 metres. Second grab, Toohey takes the mark. I've seen a lot of Bernard Toohey today.
Terry Wallace is hurt too.
Toohey too far out to score. Parsons at the back. Crummer's needed. Shrugging the tackle. Snapped by Kelly, smothered. Comes to Williams. Beats a man. Beats two. Great goal, Greg Williams.
Well, maybe that might liven up the crowd here at the Sydney Cricket Ground. Most of them Swan supporters. They can't get the ball out of the centre. Again, a struggle. Terry Wallace. Colin Stevie Wright. Now a free kick being picked out of it. It's going to Colin for Footscray. And could be a 50-metre penalty. No, the umpire coming in just to talk to Stephen Colin there. Maybe he did some sort of an indiscretion there, trying to break away from the Swans tagging. The kick towards half forward. Williams kicks it off the ground in favour of himself. Now gets the hand pass back. McGuinness from between wing and half forward kicks it to within goal scoring distance. Doing the roving well as Cameron somehow slips through, overruns it. Little impetuous. Now Tunbridge. Williams, rebound football. Swans could make something of this. Toohey over the top. Mitchell is about 15 metres in front of himself. The kick towards full forwards in short. Over the back. Reynolds. Left foot kick by Reynolds. The Bulldogs might get out of trouble. Cameron. Handball over the top. Puts Terry Wallace under pressure. Sweeping hand pass to Liberatore. Liberatore, a high bomb. Towards centre half forward. High over the top, Neil Cordy. Atkins taps it. Now McGuinness again. Inside 50, McGuinness trying to get onto that favourable left foot. Goes back on the right, and a beautiful little pass by McGuinness finds
Atkins has got Hawkins in the pocket, but he's a little slow.
Atkins is just under 45 metres from goal, so it'll still take a pretty good kick to score. Atkins, a drop punt kick. It looks pretty good from here. It's got the distance and the
74 to 44. Bolton. Oh, beats the tackle of Cameron. But the kick dropping a little bit short and the mark taken by Stanfield. He's kicked towards the outer side. Charles, one hand not enough. Terry Wallace. Too far for Foster. West is with him. Cordy for the Swans. West a good shepherd. Cordy to Mitchell. Barry Mitchell trying to centre the ball just over the centre circle. Cameron drops a mark. Picked up by Bays. 2 against 2 here. Parsons with height. Can't take the mark. Ball still there, up for grabs. Fell. Did well the full forward to go back and contest. Bolton snaps. It's close. It comes back for a goal. So the Swans just pegging away.
And it was Parsons on that occasion. Now watch Parsons. I'm impressed with this passage of play. He went for the mark, and look at him. The mere fact that he put himself there were no little guys around to read that or crumb that ball, and it was a good effort by the big fellow to follow up after missing that mark and at least hold the ball on his forward line, because had he have not, the Bulldogs would have swept it away. Good effort, big fellow.
Well, the game's certainly livened up. 4 goals to the Swans since half-time, to the Bulldogs since half-time. 2 goals to the Swans, and the quarter only about 12 minutes old, so we've still got plenty of time. It's 15 and a half minutes actually left in this third quarter. 11-8 play, 6-14. Tunbridge goes after it again when the ball hits the ground. Mitchell's there. Umpire decides on a bounce.
They may have to put the lights on here, Ian. It's getting very dark.
Well, let's hope we can get away with the weather the way it is. So much rain has been falling here in Sydney over the last, weeks, I suppose you'd say. Bounce, no one can break away from that.
Seems like years to Sydney, Pete.
Well, I'd say so. Scott Wine there in the ruck for Footscray. Tunbridge gets the tap out. Eccleston. Wigney's caught. Bays looking to give the hand pass away. Left foot kick by Bays. Kennedy at the back. Great mark with Kennedy over the top of it.
Also a good effort by Fell to back into Kennedy.
Kennedy's kick is pretty good. Finds McGuinness. Footscray have got acres in front of young Cameron. He runs through the wing after 3 bounces. 4 bounces, looking perhaps to give the hand pass off. No. Kick is smothered. Wigney. Great play. Was going to be tackled, but got the tap out towards Williams. Williams goes back towards the Swans' goal to give it to McGuinness. Bolton's the tackler for the Swans. The high kick by McGuinness into the pocket. Atkins can't mark. The ball's still in the field of play. Now it rolls over. And Leon Cameron a little disappointed, because I think he could see another kick looming up for him. Boundary throw in. 65 metres around from the Footscray goal. Here's Cameron again. What a great debut. He was held when he got rid of it. Wallace, Liberatore, McGuinness. McGuinness's kick will be marked by Atkins. It's a kick up the field. No. It's against Liberatore, shepherding on Greg Williams. Well, behind the play, I guess that the umpire is in good position there. Greg Williams' kick towards centre wing. Bays has come into the play since being moved to centre half forward.
Yes, he's had a big influence third quarter. Off, fell very high, but couldn't take the mark. Stanfield flips it out to Wallace. Steve Wallace. Centre of the ground. Greg Williams takes the mark, plays on. Hops it up high again. Parsons, no mark. Ball comes forward. Wright is there. They can't get it clear, can't get a shot at goal. Kelly had a bit of a chance, just couldn't handle cleanly with one touch, and it'll be a baller.
At least he's running past Drew. He could have maintained, or if had he maintained his footing, he would have been right. But at least he's running past, getting underneath the pack.
4 goals the difference. Margin had got to 5. Stanfield left it for Steve Wallace. Good tackle it was. Kennedy's kick could come the Swans' way, but McGuinness has been brilliant all day. Knocked up getting kicks. Bouncing ball. Hawkins a long way down from the forward line, almost to the back pocket. Into Steve Wallace. Current captain to former captain. High to the wing. Cordy can't mark. Goes to Wigney. Open forward line. Wigney bangs it long for Foster. Bit wide. He marks just inside the line.
Foster swings around onto the left foot. Gets past his opponent. Kicks it in towards the full forward area. It may even bounce through.
Oh, that's close. Free kick.
Goal to Liberatore. Play allowed to go on. Liberatore.
Well, this will be a test of Sydney's mettle now. The margin back to 5 goals. Are they suffering a hangover after their victory over Carlton last week at Princes Park, their first win over the Blues there for 25 years? Terry Wallace streams out of the middle, puts it wide. Good kick and a beautiful lead, and the youngster's got it on his chest, and Grant has another chance. He's kicked free.
Third time Wallace got it out of the centre.
And this would make the margin 7 goals, and Sydney have only kicked 6 for the match. Would make it 6 goals. Chris Grant pretty close to the man on the mark and won't make the distance. Thumped through by Tunbridge for a rush behind. Well, Sydney looking sick and sorry with 6 goals 14. They need to kick about that to get back in front. So they need to double their score in the last quarter and a half.
Charles and Georgiadis on the interchange there for Footscray. Terry Thripp goes to the outer side. Williams is decked by Kolonyuk. Play goes on. Handball over the top. Liberatore gets past Mitchell. Well tackled there by Kelly. He's caught now with the ball, Tony Liberatore. You're a bit stiff that you didn't get it around the neck.
I thought he was neck too, Ian. I thought he was neck.
The free kick goes to the Swans to be taken by Mitchell. Mitchell between back pocket and half back, kicks it out towards the wing, punched away by Wigney, collected by Williams, goes off to Healy, who's had a fairly quiet day by Gerard Healy standards. The kick into the full forward area. Toohey, Eppelston. What a great battle between two real goers there, Greg Eppelston and Bernard Toohey. Stevie Wright collects it. Now here's Murphy. Hand pass back. He's caught. No, right on the boundary line, and the boundary umpire signifies out of bounds.
You picked it, Don. The lights are on. Parsons. Oh, it comes to McGuinness. What a game. But he's kicked out of bounds on the full, and this is within 50, and Gerard Healy has the free kick. So a bit of a chance here for Gerard Healy, Brownlow medalist, to get a goal and bring the Swans back a little bit closer. 8 kicks, 5 hand passes. Not his usual work rate.
Difficult shot too.
.40 metres out. It's across the face, going into the goal square. Tunbridge is there, off the hands through for a behind. Well, the Swans need to get motoring and turn behinds into goals.
30 points, Footscray's lead. Kennedy comes to the members' side. Pretty good kick too. Reynolds getting away from Toohey. Reynolds kicks too quickly, and it's an ill-directed pass in the Cameron direction, goes over for a boundary throw-in. Right half forward flank for the Sydney Swans. Bulldogs now need to be pretty desperate and concentrate hard for the remainder of the game. Toohey to Bolton. Bolton gets some space. Left foot kick towards full forward. One out, Fallon Kennedy. Kennedy does pretty well again. Rick, well done. Slips the tackle, kicks it out wide. Stevie Wright runs straight into Wynn. Off to Toohey. Toohey, left foot kick into the pocket. Good punch away there for Footscray by Hogg to the safety of the boundary line.
These Footscray players are starting to lift in performance. The confidence is starting to show.
Amazing when you get a bit of a sniff what can happen. Stevie Wright, tackled by McGuinness, pretty good. Hand pass comes out.
Remember, Ian, they haven't won up here before at Sydney, and I think the average of their defeats is about 50-odd points, so they've copped thrashings in the past.
Plenty of motivation for the Bulldogs.
Well, they're heading for a big day because they won the reserves by 29 points, so they're going for the double. Greg Williams over the top of Terry Wallace. Greg Williams, a Brownlow medalist, and Terry Wallace a couple of times has been pretty well favoured, but never attracted the umpires' vote since actually a couple of years ago. Did not get a vote. Wind, close to the boundary line. Swans need to keep the ball in.
Has done well too, Wind. First game back after glandular fever.
And there's Wind again. Steve Wallace. Ball spills out. Healy. Mitchell, blind hand pass intercepted by Terry Wallace. Good hand pass to Steve Wallace. Open now for the Bulldogs. He gets support out of defence from Eppelston. Wide for Atkins. Just outside 50. Good running by the Bulldogs. The hand pass Kolonyuk to Liberatore. His second goal for the quarter is home.
Who would have thought it? Footscray halfway through the third quarter, lead by 36 points. Swans really struggling to get it out of that centre. Bulldogs, not so. Atkins, kick towards half forward. Foster gets his left foot to it. Close to the line. Chris Grant takes the mark, but it's over for a behind. Another score to the Bulldogs. So they lead by 37 points. 88 plays 51. Neagle, kick into that outer side. No mark taken. Bulldogs back into attack. Hawkins, left foot kick towards Grant. Oh, the Swans mess each other up. Parsons and Neagle. On the bottom of the pack is Mark Williams.
Lack of talk then. Carter really should have talked Parsons into that.
So it's amazing how the football tipsters have problems picking the winners in the AFL competition. Atkins is smothered by Wheeler. Grant gets the hand pass out to Williams. Williams, could this be goal number 3? Left foot kick up towards full forward. Footscray mark to Foster.
No. Free kick. West.
Play on, right. Hand pass. Carter back to right. And the Swans are out of trouble. The kick by Stevie Wright from the back pocket, marked by Gerard Healy. All the players up further upfield are covered, so Gerard Healy is forced to kick it high in the Bay's direction. Played by Wigney. Eccleston on the bottom of the pack. The free kick will go to the Swans to be taken by Murphy. Looking for the advantage to be paid was Toohey, but will go back to Murphy. David Murphy playing his 100th game. Kicks the ball close to the line. There's no one home for the Swans, and Terry Wallace takes a courageous mark holding the left thigh, back of the left thigh. Very durable is Terry Wallace. The high kick back in towards the centre. Big punch by Reynolds. Atkins onto it. Sweeping hand pass Liberatore. Williams. Short pass Williams is perfect. Brilliant football by the Bulldogs. And Grant has the opportunity to kick his fourth from 40 metres out directly in front.
Well, he had a lot of space to lead into, Grant. It was a good lead, a good kick by Williams. And really, Carter had no hope at all to stop that.
And Chris Grant, impressive debut last week against St Kilda. And pretty good so far. There's goal number 4 to Grant. Well, touched right on the line. Quite picked that one up. Did you see whether that was touched off the boot? Because it looked as though it was plenty high enough to get over the players' heads up there in the goal line. So a surprise there. Grant 3 goals 2. Kick in goes to the outer side.
Almost a one-hander by Charles. Mitchell hand pass over the top. Running onto it is right. Centering now once they've come up to the centre of the ground. Oh, a big climb by Wigney. Toohey. Mitchell. Congested pack in there. Williams. Murphy. Like lightning to Toohey. He goes long. It's a poor kick and bounces out of bounds in the forward pocket. And Bernard Toohey's had a pretty black day.
Well, he's not Robinson Crusoe. A lot of his teammates just haven't been in the game at all. They started all right, but just haven't continued on.
Big punch away by Wind. Didn't quite find the line. Fripp steadied himself, but the kick smothered and out of bounds. Well, Robbo, you talked about the nightmare for tipsters. This is such a nightmare. I'm in one of those competitions where you've only got to pick one winner every round. Pick the certain, and if you lose, you go out. This is my certainty today. I'm going to be out in round 2.
Me too. Williams' kick is a goal. Great kick, Williams.
Wind wins in the middle. Footscray going forward again. Wind. Back to Terry Wallace. Playing on Williams in the middle. McGuinness. 55 metres out. He's a chance here off the left boot. Bang! A mighty kick. Not quite. Grant hands to it. No mark and through for a behind. 89. Plays 57. Now it's 90 to 57. So maybe the Swans close enough. They did kick the last goal of the match. We have 3 minutes remaining in the third quarter. Neil Cordy at half-back flank. Up to Bays, outnumbered 2-1. Comes to the back, missed by Healy. Steve Wallace tapped on by Reynolds to Cameron. Cordy has to do the work again. Ground level, Wigney spoons the ball out. Wine, great hand pass to Atkins. 35 metres out, Atkins misses. For a behind.
He really should have kicked that, Simon Atkins, in the clear. And again, methodically worked forward by the Bulldogs. Who would have thought after last week? It's a credit to them, their character was questioned. Great mark taken by Wine. And pass off to Liberatore. All Footscray players now coming into the game. Liberatore's kick towards full forward. Swans are in trouble. Kick off the ground by Foster is a goal.
Ford has another word for tough. Courier.
Hey, Maz, where are you?
I'm in me, Ford. Courier, mate. Where do you think I am?
A true one-tonner, built tough for big loads, with optional crew cab or super cab for big men up front. 2.6-litre petrol engine, 5-speed all-synchro gearbox and high-stepping 4-wheel drive. So get tough. Get Ford Courier working for you.
Wine dominating in the middle, and Footscray get it out again. A little soccer by Atkins. Cameron, the first gamer who's been a star. Back to Steve Wallace. Up to Foster. West in front, taps down to Healy. Well, they swamped by 3 of them. Reynolds punches away. Overrun by Toohey. Steve Wallace gets the hand pass back to Wigney. And Footscray's system, non-existent last week, looking much better this week. Wine cleared the path for Liberatore. Hawkins, he's got it again, plays on the 50-metre line. Short pass, drops in a little bit short. Oh, well done by Grant to get his hands underneath that. And he's taken a kick to the head, I think.
Tell you what, there'll be a few Footscray players there to help you to his feet, I would suggest. He's been terrific as a focal point, Chris Grant.
Also, you've got to compliment the Footscray hierarchy, because back in 1988, they drafted him as a 15-year-old. Now, a player can either be good or go off his football at 15, and it's a great chance they took, and he's starting to come good. I realise he's only 17, a long way to go. He will certainly cop a lot of pressure from here on in.
Well, that's 7 marks today, following 9 marks last week in his debut. So he's really giving them something at full forward. He's already kicked 3 goals too, lining up for goal number 4. Let's make it tough for the Swans. He hooked that one for a behind. But I think young Chris Grant is seeing stars a bit after copping that shin to the head.
Yeah, but their poor kicking is really, in this third term, has kept the Swans in it really. They've kicked, what, 7 goals, 8. Bolton takes the kick in. Bolton's kick towards half-back. Parsons can't mark. Terry Wallace attempted hand pass over the top, intercepted by Wigney. Gets it out towards Steve Wallace. Steve Wallace looking to get past. His hand pass is smothered. Gathered by Murphy. Murphy just gets his kick away, but the mark is taken by Terry Wallace, who has got right on top of Greg Williams in the centre in this third quarter and been instrumental in getting the ball out of the centre on at least 4 occasions from centre ruck contests. Terry Wallace's kick towards the pocket. Great mark to Hawkins.
He's starting to come good since he's gone to the forward pocket.
Pass is a beauty. Magnificent lead. But the leads are made good by the passes. So the combination there between Hawkins and Grant. Opportunity for Grant this time to kick his 4th goal. Siren sounds to end the third term. The Swans trailing by 41 points at the moment. Grant could make it 47. Grant kicks for goal and makes no mistake, straight through the centre. So the score at 3/4 time, the Bulldogs are 15-14, 104, leading the Swans 7-15-57.